Hey,
Podcast is
what's up? What's up?
broadcast
What's
is live.
up? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning into Affinity Black Network podcast. My name is Shelly. I will be your host for tonight. Before we get started, let's take a moment to tell a friend to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay.
Wow, that was pretty good. That was pretty intense, Michelle. Jesus,
It
I
was
didn't know
very
you had to do.
brilliant. You could tell she practiced. You could tell she practiced.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's get
You was in the mirror.
started.
You was in the mirror earlier for like a half hour. You heard? Yeah.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
That was
Okay.
good. That was
Let's
good.
let's get started,
what
y'all.
we
Let's
going?
go.
What we
Let's
going to
go.
talk about? What we
Let's
going to
get
talk
Did
about?
you let
started.
her get through? Be quiet, let me. Too much.
I know what
Let's
Lisa want to talk about. I know what Lisa want to talk
I
about.
don't. I don't.
okay. All right, guys. So let's get started. Let's go around and everyone will introduce themselves. Frank, we haven't seen you in a long time. You haven't been here in a minute. You haven't graced us with your presence and your annoyance. So come on, tell me what's going on with you. Tell us your
You keep
name.
break.
Talk to us.
You keep breaking up, so, and all I heard was annoying. So I assume you're speaking to me.
Yes, I am, sir.
Um, Good evening, everyone. I am a human being from the west side of the Bronx called Highbridge. Um, I am a Garifuna. I am a Garifuna American, as you all know. To all who have already attended this podcast, I go by many names. Let Me Soul is one of them. The Almighty Fox 5 is another. And I'm just a big Billy. You heard? I'm here. Let's go.
Our next and our newest panelist, we would love to be hearing from you right now, Queen.
What's my name, though? You said let me name. Why you say my name?
Queen Lisa, baby. Queen Lisa, tell us
Thank you,
about
thank you,
yourself.
thank you. Far too kind. My name is Lisa Green. Just like Frank, I go by many names. And some people know me as Adelia. Some people know me as I don't know whatever they want to call me. But they won't say it to my face. But that's not here nor there. I am from the Bronx, and I currently reside now in Houston, Texas. I left the Bronx to the New Yorkers. Right, Almighty Fox 5?
Yeah. Thank you. We needed you gone.
Okay, all right. And now let's introduce the host of the hostess right here is
Yeah.
Mrs. Introduce
Hi, this
yourself,
is
Mama.
Carla, the missus with Affinity Black. We back at you guys again. We came on a little late, but we here. And we're gonna be talking about different topics today. It's just gonna be fun Q&A with the team. So just sit back, relax, and watch us do what we do.
Exactly, exactly. And first and foremost, I just want to say this. Tonight panel is definitely an awesome one. They're always awesome, but this one to me is more special because we are all Garifuna. An interesting bunch, introvert, extrovert, timid,
I
and
want to ask a question.
spicy.
I want to ask a question. You all right?
Yes.
What's your
All right. So
question?
I want to make a statement before my question. So this was it on Sunday. On Sunday, I went to the local, the local park, uh,
Starlight.
Starlight. They call it out here in the Bronx. You heard? Under the 174th Street Bridge. They call it the Blue Bridge. No homo. And for the last 2 weekends, I've ended up under that bridge, and I've seen some very interesting things. Um, I want to be put on and made aware as to when did the style for the shorts, these, like I've seen these shorts before, but not as often as I've seen it these past 2 weekends. And these shorts, they come in a variety of types. It's either jean shorts. I saw one girl, she had like a platinum. They were platinum, silver. They look like boy shorts. You heard? She had the yams out. She had the yams out. The yams were out at the bottom. So I need an explanation as to when did that become like what
The
that's what
style?
we doing now. Is
Hold
that
on.
what we doing?
I thought you was talking about the Uchiwali shorts, the
Uchiwali
coochie cutters
shorts,
for the
yeah.
niggas that just came out.
Oh, that's what they call those.
Well, the boys,
Uchiwali,
they
yes.
talk about the men are now wearing Uchiwali shorts, the coochie cutters. So I thought you was talking
Nah,
about the
nah,
dudes.
nah.
We talk about the females.
I'm
Okay.
talking about females. I'm not talking about dudes. I'm talking about females.
Um,
I don't
I
know
don't think
anything about that.
I don't think that that's
You
something
don't know nothing
new.
about. You never dressed like that.
Never, not at
Nah,
all.
we didn't
Not
have
at
the
all.
yams out. We didn't have the yams
We
out.
didn't have
Lisa,
the
Lisa,
very
Lisa.
Nah,
conservative.
we
I've
got
seen you dressed like that.
Listen, listen.
I've seen you.
That was back in my days when I was single. Now I'm married. I ain't got
I've
the yams
seen
out.
you. And I was shocked.
Really?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It was a lot to take in.
Listen,
But
leave me alone. That's not the point of this
what
show.
is
We want to talk about the yams.
no,
I
no,
don't know
because
what
the
them.
question the question ties into my next question, right? So I know you guys have seen the Lori Harvey situation, and I've seen Lisa talk about this on her page on Facebook
oh
with the
wow.
actor kid. What's the actor guy's name?
Michael B. Short, right?
Michael
Yeah,
Dorf.
yeah.
I
You
mean
know,
Michael
talented young
whatever.
black brother that's getting his bag. He getting his money right now.
So,
But Lisa on her page these last few days has been promoting the fuckery, the nonsense, the I mean she's with all that. This young lady is 25 years old, I believe. She
exactly.
broke up with this young man. Well, he's a little older than her. He broke up with her. She broke up with him because she's not ready to commit. She's not ready for nothing serious. I mean, when will you be ready for something
Bro,
serious?
she's 25 years old. What are you talking
She,
about? You're talking about a
No, no,
25-year-old
no, no,
no.
no,
young
no, no,
lady.
no, 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 no,
Pause.
no, 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 no,
Pause.
no.
I'm going to stop you tracks right there.
Let's talk about
She's a
this, all right?
25-year-old
And this
young
ties
lady.
in.
Listen,
Men
we get
men
it.
are
We get it.
men
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me
All right,
finish.
go ahead and finish
This
because I'm about to cut for your
this
throat.
second question.
You
This
heard?
second question. Wait. This second question ties
Okay.
into the first. It ties into the first question because it's all right. So
Wait, what's the
women,
first question again?
when did the shorts
when is she ready
become
to
When did the
settle
short
okay?
down?
okay?
When did the shorts become okay? Especially amongst our Garifuna community, where we are at events where there are elders,
Okay.
older people, there are children. All right, your yams are hanging out the bottom of your shorts.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can see the physical attributes of your vaginal area.
Oh my God.
You see how you can see like the slip between my lips? You can see that down there. You heard? Yeah, I was looking like that.
Camel toe.
I was looking and that question ties in to the Lori Harvey thing is because
Okay.
I mean, when are y'all gonna start? You know, when are y'all gonna start making better decisions? Is my question. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
I
I
can't
want to hear
speak.
Lisa talk about this.
Well,
Go ahead.
I can't speak for a woman, and I feel like the way that certain individuals dressed up with their shorts or their coochie out and not caring about who was around them. I mean, I really can't say much about that because I don't buy her clothes. But I mean, there's certain way they have to present yourself to the public. Maybe she is alluring some type of attention to her that maybe she's not getting at home and she wants to be the center of attention. So sometimes certain women do that so that way they can be able to get that type of attention. And to be quite frank with you, women don't dress up for other men. Women dress up for other women. Okay? Because to them, they always feel like they have to, be in a talk of the town or be in a competition or whatever have you. Now, when it comes to Lori Harvey, I feel like she's a 25-year-old young woman. At 25, you still out there just trying to explore and have fun. You're not trying to be tied down to no nigga. You're not trying to be tied down to no man. I know me at 25 years old, I wasn't thinking about being married to nobody. I wasn't thinking about being engaged or none of that other stuff. So I feel like the reason why men, and particularly black men, are mad at Lori Harvey is because she's doing exactly what you guys do. Yeah,
No,
have
no,
a
no,
whole
no, no.
wife at home. Yeah,
Excuse me.
let me finish.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I
So
am
let
not
me
mad
finish.
at Lori Harvey. I'm
Sir,
not mad at her.
sir, let me
I'm
finish.
Let
I
her
need to say
questioning.
finish.
something.
Let
Let
her
me
finish.
finish. I feel like you may have your spouse at home, your girlfriend, your significant other, whatever have you. You may have that at home, but you still out there looking for something else. You're out there cheating. You're out there violating the person that you're with. So she's doing exactly what you guys are doing, and you're mad because in the world, in this society, only men are allowed to do that. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that she's doing
That is
it is
not
an issue.
that is not where
I
I'm
don't
coming
see.
at it.
I personally don't see no issue with what she's doing. I feel like she want to test different flavors, and that's up to her. She want to do it as long as she's doing it where she's protecting herself and not catching on STDs or whatever like that. She good. She ain't got no kids with these niggas. They all got money, so that's what she want to do. Go ahead, sis, do your thing.
I think this is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. No. Let me explain to you why. All right, so to a certain extent, I agree with your point because I have given my nieces advice. I had a niece, ask me like, she wanted to be in a relationship so bad. She's 23. She was 23 at the time, just finished college. I said, yo, listen, go out there, get yourself, go after your career, build on your career, hang out with your homegirls, travel, get to know yourself. Worry about that kind of shit when you turn 29. I told her that.
Right.
But there are some instances where that opportunity comes a little early. And I don't see why Lori Harvey doesn't feel, and the rest of the female black population doesn't feel that Lori Harvey should take advantage of this opportunity at this specific time.
First of all, it's not an opportunity. First of all, it's not an opportunity.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all.
Opportunity. Are you serious right now?
Wait, hold up.
This opportunity.
He's here to be hot.
Oh. Welcome.
Welcome, guys. How you guys doing?
Welcome.
It's already heated in the room. It's already heated in the room.
This opportunity might not come back around.
Yo, bro, why you get a robbery? You don't take off that.
I might.
What's wrong with you?
I'm not feeling too sexy today, Mario. My bad.
Can you finish the opportunity that you're talking about? Like, come on, go ahead.
Wait, let
me bring my brothers up to speed, please.
Okay,
can I bring my brothers?
Listen, the host can do that. The host can do that.
So
you take it too long.
So we talking about the Lori Harvey situation. You heard?
About the what?
The Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's stepdaughter.
Okay.
Well, I asked the question as to why do the female black population, they're backing this young woman where she just gave up an awesome opportunity that came to her earlier than most women, and at these volatile times to be with a man who wants to be with her, wants to be serious with her, wants to put that ring on it. You know what I'm saying? He want to spend the rest of his life.
She's a woman with 1,000 options, bro.
Exactly.
No, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You're not doing that right now.
How do we know that's an opportunity for her?
Exactly. But
you're not doing that right now.
Hold on, Carla. But look, we just know what the media told us. We don't know exactly what's happening behind closed doors. So it's easy to come up with a opinion about something about, oh yeah, she wrong because she left them. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors because to the public eye, she looked like she was happy, everything was okay. But she may not be fulfilled by that. And when you
say nothing crazy, Lisa.
Hold up, pause. When you said
don't
that,
say nothing crazy. Don't say no. Or it might be some domestic violence. Don't do that.
Nobody said nothing about domestic violence.
I thought you was going there with it.
Nobody brought that up.
I thought you was going there with it. You heard?
Let me tell you something. Sometimes, let me tell you this. I'm going to speak to you from a female's perspective. Sometimes a man can be able to fulfill you in so many different ways, but it may be that void emotionally where he might not be able to fulfill you. So to you, you'll be like, you know what? If you don't understand me emotionally or you can't fulfill me emotionally, then everything else that you have doesn't make me happy. Let me just step away from it all. And again, she's entitled to go ahead and do that. So when you said this was an opportunity, now it ain't no opportunity because it's 1,000,001 fishes in the sea. You know what I mean?
How you know that? No, let me, Mario, go ahead, Mario, go ahead.
Yeah, Mario seemed like he got something to say.
Mario always got something to say.
This is the energy? I can.
Yeah, that's the energy. That's the energy. Anything else, lawyer?
I don't have no problems with her decision. The only problem was
I can't hear you.
I said I don't have any problems with her decision. The problem was in the timing. It don't take you 365 days to figure out if somebody's for you. You would know that immediately and then not waste both your times.
Now, men do that.
So that explains why we have so many baby mothers in the community, because it don't take you 365 days to find out you want to be married to somebody.
65 days hit, you pregnant. So it's too late to leave.
See, but Mario. But see, this is the thing. I brought up Lori Harvey situation, you heard? So I'm trying to get into the woman's psyche, the black woman's psyche, to get an understanding. Lisa over here is bringing up men and what men have done. No, let's stick to the Lori Harvey thing. Let's not bring it. Oh, but y'all niggas do this. Y'all dudes do that. No. Let's stick to Lori Harvey, you heard? Because I want to get an understanding, and maybe somebody that's listening to this might get an understanding as well. And my point is this: what if, all right, this young lady passed up on a wonderful opportunity? What is a
wonderful
What is
opportunity?
a wonderful opportunity?
For a person that
I just said it. Listen, she's a young woman. He's a little older than her, but he's still a young man. He's a successful black man.
Okay.
He's already established and he's going places. The man he's going up. He's going up. How can you pass something like that up? He's a respectful man. He dresses like a man. From what I see, he conducts himself as a man, despite what's going on around us all day, every day. And you as a young woman, you're passing up on stability, on respect, on love, on building a family because you want to keep. I'm gonna say this. You want to keep out here. You want to keep. You want to be. Nah, I don't want to say the word then. But you know what I mean.
Oh, say it. She's not a hoe.
Well, Mario spoke
She's not
for
a hoe.
her.
She's exploring. She's
I say, no.
I feel like
Everyone.
She's
You want to get the body count, you heard?
She's 25. She's 25,
She's
so she's just living her life. Like,
in her whole face.
Yo, bro, no, bro. She still got a whole lot of time to get pregnant.
And when you come from money, you ain't got to worry about a nigga with money.
Exactly.
Nobody know your pops got you.
So here's the thing about it. Her tax bracket is different because she's living on somebody else's. So she's not worried about the next man's tax bracket.
See, but y'all missing it. No, that's not. Don't say that. Don't put that out there.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth.
It's not about money.
Is it
The
true?
black woman needs the black man. The black woman needs the black man. It's not about bread.
Okay, pause. But you saying, hold on. You saying the black woman need a black man? Yeah, Mike, whoever she was engaged to, or whatever. His first option was white women. He was dating white women. He didn't care about black women until he started talking to Lori Harvey. His option was white women. There was numerous pictures of him dating white women. He even said his interest was white women. So. I don't care about that.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Lori Harvey gotta have some good poems. You heard? Her poems gotta be.
Her whole face.
Bro, she's 25.
Her poems gotta be crazy. You heard? No. Because this is another thing. Earlier today, I seen a post where somebody made a collage out of all the relationships this young lady has had. And it's first of all, I think that's ridiculous. You know why? I think that should have.
Is it not ridiculous?
I understand that she's missing all that, but if she was a normal woman and that type of information came out, that would be crazy. That is something that you do as a woman, and you do it in a way where people don't find out about it. Because
but she's a celebrity. She's a celebrity.
She's a celebrity, so you're gonna find out.
She was a normal person, because if she got the 30 and niggas found her timeline and saw all that, like, yo, you got wild mouths on you. Like, what am I gonna do with you?
But how you know she's sleeping with
That
them?
don't make her any less a certified pre-owned.
Right? How do you know she's sleeping with them?
Certified pre-owned.
How do you know she's sleeping with them? You could have been out. It's like a dude. He could be out on so many dates with a woman.
3-year warranty.
Was that
3-year warranty or 60,000 miles, whichever comes first.
Y'all got a couple of miles on y'all. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Y'all in a different tax bracket.
Why you gonna kiss me on a date?
I'm pointing at Lisa. You going in the wrong direction with this.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Everybody here got miles on them. Nobody is better than the other. But again, you having a conversation with us about a celebrity who she dates celebrities. So it doesn't matter whether she's sleeping with them or not. You saying, oh, she's sleeping with these dudes. She probably may not be sleeping with them. I could go on dates with multiple men, and I don't have to sleep with them. I'm just going on a date. We're just having fun, and that's just all
Lisa,
it is.
Stop.
In your mind, you think I'm sleeping with them, but I'm not.
Lisa.
What's the budget
Stop
on
it, Lisa.
fun?
Huh?
What's the budget for fun?
What's the budget for fun?
Whatever budget you want to put on it.
Limitless. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not gonna. It's
How
not $5.
about
It ain't $20.
how about
It ain't
18?
$100.
How about 1825?
This ain't The Price is Right. This is not The Price is Right.
Yo.
Look at what Anna said. Allegedly, she dated a father and son. Come on now. What
Again,
the fuck?
it's an
So
allegation.
what?
It's an
That's
allegation.
not-
That's the son's bro. That's the
It
son's
doesn't.
fault.
Come
That's a good time.
on.
What's she talking about?
That's a good time.
Come on. Wait. So Mario and the guy from the community. If you brought home a 30-year-old woman, now mind you, if she's from the same town you from, your mom know her moms know her daddy, so she know her whole life. So you brought a 30-year-old woman to your mother, who your mother already know this girl dated a father and son.
Allegedly.
You think your mother let you go through with that?
Allegedly.
The tax
You
bracket.
think your mother's gonna let you go through with that?
But that's
Come
not
on, Mario,
Mario's
be honest.
mother's life. That's Mario's life.
My mom
No.
My mom is gonna keep it a whole buck with her. My mom is gonna be like, bueno, tú estás caminando con mucho hombre.
What?
Edna will say that. Edna will say that. Yep.
Bueno, ¿qué está pasando?
But let me, for real, on some real shit, at the end of the day, whoever we date is our choice. It ain't got nothing to do with our parents. We just want their blessings and that's it. Because at the end of the day, my parents already lived their life. They can't come and choose who I'm going to be with. If I want to be with a bum, that's my choice. If I want to be with the president, that's my choice. You get what I'm saying? My mother doesn't have any say so, nor my father have any say so, or who I'm going to date. At the end of the day, I'm gonna make my decision whether they like it or not.
Just know that the whole Honduras know about it. Wherever you
Parents be knowing. Every girl my mother ever said was not good wasn't good, and I said it was my decision. I'm gonna do what I want, and now look at
exactly.
me. The father
for not following instructions.
Right.
Facts.
Well, a hard
right.
make a soft ass. I just
All
feel
right.
like as a young woman, this is the last thing I said. Let Carla and Michelle take the floor. I feel like as a young woman at 25 years old, you still growing. I still feel like at 25 years old, you still not mature. I'm talking to you about from experience. Like I'm 35 right now, but when I look at me when I was 25, 20 years old, 22, I still was not. I wasn't mature. I was still trying to do what an adolescent at 21, 22, 25 wanted to
your
do.
whole face.
You was wilding.
I was not in the whole face. I was never nobody help. That's
you was wilding. You was wilding.
No, well, listen, wait a minute. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because I think she got a beautiful story. Tell them who you are. Tell us about yourself.
On the block. What are you talking about?
You said what? What you said, Mario?
Boy on the block. Fuck out of here. Wasn't
I was what?
approach you? Mad aggressive.
Yeah, because that was my nature. You see, when you say I'm mad aggressive, because nobody really know my story.
So tell us your story. Tell us your story.
Okay. So as I've been public always about it, I was raped as a kid at 8 years old. You get what I'm saying? I'm not coming from a perspective of a victim because I'm a survivor. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, it's like I didn't want people to get too close to me because I don't want people to take advantage of me. You get what I'm saying? I always met men who were, when I was 15 or 16 or 17 years old, would tell me, and they would be in the late 30s, at 38 years old, talking about, oh, you're mad mature for your age. That nigga was trying to take advantage of me. You're trying to groom me. You get what I'm saying?
I get it now.
So to you, you saw an aggressive
my-
woman. To me, I didn't want nobody to take advantage of me because somebody took my innocence at 8 years old. You feel me?
I get it.
So because somebody took my innocence so young like that, I just didn't want to walk around just giving myself to any nigga. So yeah, there were people who had their whole phases, but to me, I didn't have a whole phase. You feel me? Like if I wanted to do me with somebody, I did me and that was it. It was over and done, but you would never know who I was talking to because I didn't have to put that out there. And again, I'm not in Lori Harvey tax bracket. You know what I mean? But I feel like at 25 years old, I didn't know what I was doing. I was still just out there. I wanted to party. I wanted to drink. I wanted to travel. I wanted to just live my life how I wanted to without giving nobody no explanations. And that's pressure. That's pressure because at 25, my family wanted me. They was questioning my sexuality. You're saying I was aggressive. My family was questioning my sexuality if I was gay or straight. No, but I'm saying they was questioning if I was. They was questioning if I was gay or straight because they had never seen me with no dude. You get what I'm saying? And it's not that I didn't like man. It's just that was my personal business, and I didn't want to put that out there.
No.
You know, but
hold on. Wait, Arlo wants to say something real quick.
Huh?
Arlo want to say, or is it Arlo or Mario?
I want to say something bad.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, you was aggressive as hell.
Very.
One thing
I was not aggressive. I was assertive.
Listen, one thing
I was assertive.
One thing, even watching you from a distance, I always respected about you was the way that you carried yourself. Because you did not care how people looked at you.
Facts.
You was gonna stay sexy and make sure nobody talked to you. And it doesn't matter where she went. When I'm talking about those stilettos was this big, those stilettos was this big, and you gonna see and can't nobody tell her nothing. You hear me?
Facts on top of facts.
Tell her a damn thing. Because as soon as
facts.
she's looking at you like, what? What happened? And still shaking her ass the next way. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I respect that. I ain't gonna tell her how, but I'm gonna look at her from a distance. You got it.
I remember when I asked a nigga for a drink when we was in the club. I was like, I ain't never been asked to a drink. She's like, what you doing?
Damn!
Tonight.
Man. I forgot what party we was in. She looked up on the nigga. She was like, "Yo, you want a drink?" I was like,
"Yo, bro, I remember being in the beach.
That's crazy.
We was in the beach. What was the Honduran beach? I forgot the name of that beach. We was on the beach.
300.
Hey, and you can't tell her nothing. You hear me? She's walking through hard and strong. With the stilettos, like nobody can tell her nothing. I'm like, yo, I'm proud of her. I don't even know her, but I like that energy. You hear me?
Bro, I appreciate that. It took time to get there.
We love
it. Took time to get there. I just didn't land there. I didn't land there overnight. You know, and to me, I didn't care about. I used to care about what people think or say, and then to me, when I think about what people think or say about me, I'm not free to live how I want to live. I have to live under their circumstances. So I just stopped caring about what people think or say and let them deal with that issue on their own. That don't affect my life. If that's how you feel about me, that's your business. You know what I mean? So I take what you're saying. I appreciate that. Because like I said, I didn't get there overnight. It took me a while to get there. I'm talking to you about, like, I had nightmares where my cousin was on top of me, raping me on the floor, leaving me on the floor bleeding. You understand what I'm saying? 8 years old. So low self-esteem. It'll be summertime. I'll be walking around with a whole hoodie, whatever, trying to cover myself up because I didn't want nobody to see me because I felt dirty. You get what I'm saying? So as I started blossoming and I had my sister who was like my therapist and just kind of walking me through life, I just realized that the more I sit down and have a low self-esteem, belittle myself, and don't believe in me, I was giving my cousin the power to be able to overstep me. You get what I'm saying? So once I broke those chains off me, my cousin can't do nothing. And when I went to college and got my college degree, I said to myself, I'm proving not to him, but to myself that I'm capable of succeeding because I could have been a prostitute. I could have been a drug addict. I could have been all the negative things that's out there against people who went through the same thing that I went through. But I survived. You get what I'm saying? I survived. So to me, it's like I can only show the best version of me. And like I said, there's going to be people that's going to be like, yo, I fuck with her. I appreciate her like the way you are. There's some people that say, yo, I hate her because she's so confident. She's not humble. I don't have no time to have humility for people who are mediocre. I'm not going to give you that.
Amen.
You get what I'm saying? People want you to be humble so they can be able to step all over you. And I'm not going to give nobody that. I've been vulnerable before, and I'm going to be vulnerable now.
So what advice do you give people that talk about people, like have opinions about people? Like, what do you think about that?
Before I answer your question, I want to say that I understand you now, Lisa.
Okay.
Not that I misunderstood you, but now I see the method to your madness.
Mm-hmm.
And after hearing a portion of your story, so I get it now. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get why you move the way you move. You know, of course, I've known you for a long time. We've had our moments.
Mm-hmm.
But there were times where I was, you would confuse me a little bit. But I get it now. No, I get it. I'm not being funny. I get it now. And you have my utmost. You've always had my respect, and you have my utmost respect now.
I appreciate that, bro.
Going to the question. What was the question again?
The question is, what do you think about people talking about people? Is that something like you pay attention to? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because she mentioned, a lot of people had negative things to say about her.
Right thing.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You're doing the right thing. Niggas talk about you. Niggas hate you. There's a reason they talking about you. They got to degrade you. Because at the end of the day, they see how you walking uplifted.
That's a fact, and I've lived that. Even before the let me so shit, people used to run their mouth about me, because of how I conducted myself, the way I moved. Back when I really started messing around with hundus, like coming around, I really wasn't like talkative like that. I didn't really say too much. I think I was around 15 or 16 when I started coming around hundus. I didn't say too much because I didn't know really a lot about the shit. So people assumed that I was conceited, that I thought highly of myself, which at that point actually I didn't. I was very insecure. I was very shy. I had a lot of fucking problems. So with time and as you grow, you develop yourself, and I turned into a monster. You heard? And I've grown to not give a fuck what people think about me. I've grown into the type of person who doesn't feed into people's comments and people's feelings about me. Because at the end of the day, when I get up every day around 4 or 5 in the morning to put in 12, 15 hours a day to feed myself and my children, and my old lady, I do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when I choose to put out that let me so shit, I choose to be criticized. Right. So I can't go back to and be mad because niggas got something to say because I chose this. So fuck them. Just let me, you heard?
But just like the brother said, if people are not talking, that means you ain't doing nothing right. Let them talk. When they talking, that means you're doing all the shit right because it's bothering them. So if nobody talking about you, that means you're not relevant. So talk all you want. Keep on sending them screenshots on WhatsApp. You're making me relevant.
Then you get the people that wait until something bad happens to you in life.
Right.
Those are even lower than the regular people that run their mouth. Those are the cowards. Those are the ones that are at the bottom. They wait for something bad to happen to you to start talking about you. You heard? To rejoice in what's taking place in your life at that time. So that's all I have to say about that.
Like, let me show. Like, at a point, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I was talking about you.
Wait, what?
I was talking about you. Let me tell you how I was talking about you.
What do you mean?
When you got rid
of that car,
I was in my feelings.
Yeah. Why?
Because I'm like, yo, why? He hooked the whole shit up. He was the only nigga on the block with some fire shit, and he's gonna go degrade himself to some new shit. Why?
I had to move on. You heard? I had to go to. I had to try something new. You heard?
Every time I went to the gym and that gym and I seen that car, I was excited. I'm like, okay, he's still keeping it traditional, and he gonna go get rid of that.
Listen, wherever you have hate, there's love. You heard?
Yeah.
And there are people who genuinely, like, you see, I didn't know that brother had that thought about that car. I mean, I don't even remember that car, but he remembers. You know what I'm saying? And that's love. That's not hatred or anything like that. That's love. That's respect.
I didn't know you was humble yet, and I'm like, yo, that nigga. I was a kid but I'm like, yo, this nigga car is fire. Because I always wanted to get into like an old school car. But I seen how you developed this shit. I'm like, yo, that shit. Every time I went to the gym, I'm like, yo, this nigga car is just. I'm like, yo, I fuck with this nigga. We ain't really have much words. I didn't even know you was humble until I seen you at a park, and I'm like, wait, this nigga wanted me.
So let me ask you a question. Evelyn just asked, at what point you guys stop caring about what people say about you? At what point does that happen?
To be honest, you never stop.
You really never stop.
Because people are always going to have something to say. Now,
it depends on who's talking about you.
Granted, you might not care about it, but you're going to give a listen to see what they're saying. And that's all of us as humans. It just happens.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Like me, I'm kind of still immature. Let me tell you why.
How?
Because
he's still punching niggas in the face.
That's
what?
What? Yeah, like I'm that type of person. Like I stopped giving a fuck about what my parents said. But if you talk about me as a man, you're not gonna find me. I'm gonna find you. Like I'm the type of nigga to be outside your crib at 5 o'clock in the morning when you going to work, and I'm gonna ask you, yo, what's up? What happened? I was that type of person, and a lot of people knew me for that. Like I'm gonna find where you live at, bro. Because if you're talking about me, that means that it doesn't matter what time you want to get spicy. We gonna dance.
But you know what? When that time comes, I'm not gonna tell you you start now. But when that time comes for you, you will understand that it's
King,
not
that
a
was me before. That was me before. And
Oh,
it took me to
okay.
really think about it like, yo, you talking about me because I'm doing something impressive. You know what?
Absolutely. And you got to think about that, Lisa. Tell me if I'm wrong. You got to think like you see a person that would take the time out to build a page to post some shit about you. You know the type of time that takes. You gotta make a. You gotta make.
It takes a lot of
make
energy.
You gotta build the email.
You gotta email.
Followers.
You know how long it take to make an email? You gotta go take that after you make the email, make the page. Then you gotta write this shit. Then you gotta befriend all the people in that person page so everybody. Yo, you know how long that take? You know the type of you know the type of energy that take. You know. And then this is the thing, right? Because this happened to me like 2 weeks ago, maybe like a month ago. Somebody wrote some shit under a picture of mine. Do you know the type of time it took that person to put that together? That person needs to realize what is going on in your life. Like, why are you not concerned with what's going on with you? If you got kids, why are you not worried about what your kids are gonna wear tomorrow? If they doing good in school? If you paying your rent? If you got money aside for your life insurance? If you got money aside for your little vacation for your children, or tutors for your children? Why is your time being spent making a page?
They worship hate more than love.
Page. Mario, talk to me, my nigga.
They worship hate more than love, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, I'm petty. So, I don't care what people think or say about me, but if I hear that you said something about me and I know some shit about you, I'm about to unleash a dragon. So I'm petty. I'm going to find out who your grandmother is, who your great-grandmother is, how much you owe on rent, if your credit is fucked up. I'm going to talk about, I want your driver's license. I want your social worker number. I want it all about you. Because if you had that much time to sit down and talk shit about me, then I got that much time to sit down and address you on a platform so everybody can know your dirty laundry. Miss Butterfly on the butt.
Hey.
Wait.
Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't do that.
No
Don't
way.
do that.
No
Don't
freaking
do that.
way.
I just called off. Hey,
Don't do
So yeah,
that.
I got that. I got that type of time. And like I said, if people want to get physical, like I said, I'm a mother now and I'm a wife. You understand what I'm saying? I represent the person who I'm married to, and I also represent a child who I'm his mom. You feel me? So I don't want to be sitting up here going tooth and nail with people and fighting with people. But if you're gonna try to come and question me, my character, my integrity, you also got to be ready for the consequences. Because for every action, there's a reaction. And don't think that people are going to just stay quiet just because you think you're the who's who of the Garifuna community or any community. Because I don't care if you African, I'm going to address you. I don't care if you're Puerto Rican, I'm going to address you. You get what I'm saying? There's no limit to who I'm going to address. But first and foremost, I always think about my family before I react. But if I'm really angry, then I'll just sit down and put that to the side. Like I said, I will address who I got to address. I don't need it to become physical, but if we have to go into the ring and throw some bows, then that's what we're going to have to do.
It sounds like you have issues with somebody. Like, who's this person? Well, we don't want to know the person's name. But what happened?
I
want to know what happened.
Don't do that.
Don't listen to him.
You want to know what happened with what? Or what I said with the butterfly on the butt?
Don't listen.
What happened with that person?
I mean, ain't nothing really happened with that person. That person just had to be doing subliminals on the internet. And it's like when it's time for somebody to pressure you, hide it behind the scenes. And like I said, you're not up to my caliber, sister. You're not up to my caliber. You cannot come and think that you're going to step on me and think that it's going to be okay. You feel me? Because all you have to offer is a butterfly on your ass. You have nothing else to offer.
There's a lot.
You understand? So if you read my rap sheet is deep. You know what I mean? I've done things for my community. Not only the Garifuna community, the African American community that I belong to. You get what I'm saying? I've done things for my community. I have empowered people. I have given people money. I have done so much. So if you try to come
tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit, because I think you told me about
the work that I've done.
Yeah, the work
Like,
that you've
like I
done.
worked like when I graduated from college, I started working in the public sector, where education system, where children were involved in gangs, drugs, fighting, dropping out of school. And my goal was to, because I knew that I came from that same community and I could have been the product of that same environment, I chose to try to help them out and help them by writing scholarships to different universities so that way they can either go to a trade school or a college. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't want my young brothers and sisters to be another statistic in the community. You feel me? So I felt like I had a due diligence, I had a duty to sit down and empower the kids in my community and not keep on looking at them like, oh, they're about to go to jail and come back out. She about to end up pregnant and end up with 5, 6, 7 different baby fathers. I didn't want that because I didn't want that for me. I didn't want that for them. So I felt like I went to college, I got my degree, and it was important for me to come back and pour into that same community that built me. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, whether it was hood or not, they gave me my story. That's the reason I could sit here and talk about it today. After I left New York, working in there, I moved to Atlanta. Even though I was homeless and I was living in my friend Naomi's house, whatever, I still went back into the community. I was cleaning them neighborhoods. I would take a garbage bag and clean up those neighborhoods. It wasn't my responsibility, but I felt like I'm a part of this world. You get what I'm saying? I'm an entity, a part of this world. So I got to also teach them because they don't know what they're doing. So let me teach them. So once they see me doing that, then they're going to do it. I was feeding the homeless in Atlanta. I was in there cooking from my house when I was going to law school, feeding the homeless in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Going to shelters and talking to women and talking to men and different things.
How do you end up being homeless? Like, that's
So
like
I went to I went to law school. I did a year and a half in law school. So the school that I went to, whatever, I didn't finish my law degree. I would have been the first lawyer out of my family, but I would have been the 7th to graduate from college. You get what I'm saying? So after I left for law school, my father gave me $20,000 to go to school. He said, right here, $20,000 cash. Go do what you got to do. I bucked down a whole semester. Then I had one more semester left. At one point in my life, I just sat there and I was just like, damn, like, I'm about to go to school to be a lawyer. I know this is my dream, but this is really my father's dream. You know what I'm saying? My father really wanted me to be a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer too, but it's like the next maybe 7 to 8 years of my life, I'm going to be focused on paying student loans. I'm not going to have a family. I'm not going to do this because when I was in my 20s, I was like, I don't want no kids. I don't want no husband. I don't want no kids. I don't want nothing. I just want to do me. You get what I'm saying? But at a certain point, I was like, damn, like, I'm going to be working just to be able to pay back the same system that gave me education, but I'm paying back a debt. That shit's going to kill me. So I said, let me just walk away from all of this. So when I walked away, my mom and my dad was like, yo, I need you to come back to New York. And I was like, nah, I'm about to go to Atlanta and see what it is. I always wanted to live in Atlanta since I was a kid. So when I got to Atlanta, I ain't had nowhere to stay. I didn't have shit. I didn't have nothing. But my only way out of it was I was sleeping in my car. I had a Mazda. I was sleeping in my car, and then my mom was just like, come home. And it was for her to bail me out. And I'm like, I'm an adult. You can't keep on bailing me out because I need help. I got to figure this shit out. You get what I'm saying? So that's what my best friend, who I was in high school with, Naomi Hicks, she was like, yo, like, I know you're going through hard times. Won't you just come and stay with us? I'm married. I have my kids. I have my husband. My family's here. Just come and stay with us. And I was like, nah, I don't want that. I'm going to figure it out. She said, put your pride to the side. We're here to help each other. Don't worry about it. Just come and stay in my house. And then I went there, and I was looking for a job every single day. I was working for different temp agencies. Then I worked for a tax service and shit. And because I spoke Spanish, it was easy for me to be able to do certain things. And I spoke Garifuna, so I had customers who was Garifuna. So I just knew how to survive with that. At one point, I was like, I'm just ready to go ahead and leave. I want to live in Houston, in Texas. So I moved to New Orleans. I saw New Orleans, and it wasn't for me to live in. It wasn't the ideal place for me spiritually and mentally. So I was like, let me just try Houston one more time. And when I came to Houston, my first week here, my cousin was like, yo, let's go to Baby Lou party. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to Baby Lou party. I ain't got no money. I'm one of those people that if I ain't got no money in my pocket, I ain't got no business to be in the street. She's like, nah, let's go. I'm paying for everything. And I'm like, nah.
Shout out to Bahamar, you heard? Shout out to Bahamar.
Anyway, so she kept on pressuring me, whatever. And then in the end, I ended up going to the party. I got on stage. I bust a split. I won $50. I took that $50. I put it back in my gas tank. I filled that shit up and went to go look for a job. And I got a job in immigration working with kids entering the country illegally. And that was my beginning here in Texas. And everything from there just kept on stepping up. But I'm glad that my parents enforced that degree in me so that way I could be able to have that, because you could take anything away from me. You can't take my education. And I'm going to knock down any door to be able to survive.
The split?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
That's what he got from the whole story.
I saw that on you heard?
Yo, after y'all hear, what do y'all think after y'all hear her story, man? That was
it's empowering. It's empowering.
It is empowering. It's empowering.
And I believe
it's empowering.
And I believe she
go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I believe she left a lot out.
You said what?
I also believe
just from me seeing her from a distance, like we never interacted, like verbally, but even watching her from a distance on how she carried herself, there was just a lot of power in who she was as a person. And I'm like, speaking to her now, I'm like, yo, congratulations.
So switching gears a little bit, switching gears, right?
The split.
That's crazy.
Hey, yo, y'all crazy. We gonna switch gears a little bit, right? So you got married. And you said you didn't want to be married as a young lady. What made you decide to get married and accept somebody's proposal?
30 to 31 was knocking at the door, and I had my apartment. I had everything. I had already went through all the phases of my life, and not all of it, but most of them. And one of the things that I always wanted to do, kind of step it back a little bit, when I was working with immigrant children entering the country as a Black girl, I was the only Black Garifuna girl in that company. And I wanted to represent us in a different limelight. When people see Black people, in particular Garifuna people, they see them as uneducated. They see them, the image of just Black people in this country is just disrespected, right? So every time I went there, they would ask me who I am. And I said, this is who I am. I'm a Garifuna woman. I know that in Honduras, you used to see Black people, Garifuna people at the bottom of the totem pole. I wanted to change that conversation. So I forced these kids to respect me. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, this Black girl is reuniting me with my family. And she's not depicting what the media depict of Black people in this country. She's different. You know what I'm saying? So after I left the immigration sector, I moved into healthcare where I was working with HIV patients. Like I said, at that moment, I had my car, I had money saved up, I had my apartment, I was doing me. But then there was a part of me that was saying, I'm not complete. You get what I'm saying? Something is missing. So I was sitting in my bed and I'm like, damn, who? I don't have no one. I'm just dating different niggas, but I don't have no one. You get what I'm saying? None of these niggas got potential because I'm really just wasting my time with them. I knew that I was wasting my time with them. So I just
Lori
sat one day
Harvey.
in bed.
Lori Harvey.
Listen,
Shut up.
so I just sat one day in the bed and I just thought about my past and I thought about the different episodes that I had with different individuals. And then this one person just stood out, which is my husband. And I saw that he was a person that was there for me through my toughest time when I got surgery for fibroids. He was there with me in the hospital. When I got released from the hospital, he went to go take care of me. He visited me every single day while I was in my parents' house. He cooked for me. He nurtured me. You get what I'm saying? So I said, I know we broke up in the past, but this is the only person that I can sit down and think about who I know that respected me and that loved me and honored me. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't ready at that moment to take that next step with me because I was too young. But now I'm 31
Lori
years old.
Harvey.
I think I'm ready for it. And then Hurricane Harvey here in Texas, he reached out to me and he was like, yo, if you need something, I'm here for you. And that was the beginning of it. I was a girlfriend from August to September, a fiance in November, and by December I was a full wife.
So sometimes
the baby came 2 years later.
Okay, the baby came 2 years later. So a lot of times women complain about how they're with a man for some time, right? And then the person doesn't really they don't think about proposing. And I think Mario and we all had a conversation last week about, was it last Thursday, about his vision and what that would look like. Why is it that it takes men a long time to propose? It didn't really take her that long from your perspective.
Because you're not it.
Well, that's what we were saying. That's what we were saying, but Mario says that's not the case. So maybe in his situation, that's not the case.
Some people marry after 2 weeks, and it doesn't even last long. And some people marry in 2-3 days, and that marriage lasts 25 years.
So basically, don't put a time frame on it.
At all.
Absolutely.
You're not it.
You have sex on the first date does not make you a hoe.
Let me says if you didn't marry her at this time,
so
she's
long
not
to
it.
marry the women that they with.
You're not it.
So you guys can be with a woman and still that person not be it? That's crazy.
You're not it. You're not it. Yes.
Y'all just out there being comfortable. I need you to explain what you're not it is.
You know. Well, this is my opinion, right? Everyone, you guys are expressing something else. Marriage is more than just that commitment on paper, and emotionally, marriage is also putting that other person in a position
to take everything
of security.
Mm-hmm.
So if let's say, like I know an individual who separated from his wife. He's dating someone else. Him and that person live together. But if something were to happen to him, that person he's living with is fucked.
Uh-huh.
You understand? So he's not in my opinion, he's not thinking about that person. You understand? Because
so if about the person, but he can be with the person.
Huh?
He's not thinking about the person, but he can be with the person.
Exactly.
How does that work?
But that means that the person he lived with is not it. Because if he cared about that person, he would give that person that acknowledgement, that respect. Sure. When I proposed to my old lady, I think we dated for 2 years. I was like, yo, you want to be my girl? I said on some old school shit, yo, you want to be my girlfriend? She was like, sure, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for you to get to this point. I said, oh, shit, really? Really? She said, yes. All right. So we started dating for 2 years. And I proposed to her when she came home from Honduras, one trip. And I think I proposed to her in November. And she said to me, oh, all right, so how long is it going to take? What are we going to do? Are we going to have a wedding in a year or 2 years? I said, no. We're getting married in January. She said, what? No, we're getting married in January. I mean, I'm not doing all that. We're going to get married. We're going to go to courthouse. We're going to get it done. Then the COVID shit came, or was starting to pop up. And shit didn't, and it didn't line up at the courthouse. But we did our investigation. We got an officiant. The officiant came to the crib. Had, my moms, my pops, a few other people got married. You heard? From November, January. Before I got married, I had a domestic partnership certificate with my son's mother. I went to the courthouse. I ended that, and then the reason I had a domestic partnership with her was because, I can't mention that because it was some illegal shit. But anyway, I terminated that as soon as I proposed to my wife. I terminated that, and then I got married in January, like that.
So, but you knew that you wanted to be with her?
I mean, no one knows if you want to be with somebody, but it happened. Things took place, and things took place in our relationship that built that bond in order for it to get there.
But then again, another question is how does marriage benefit men? Because to be honest, I only see marriage benefiting the woman. He dies, you get everything. It's rarely that the wife will die before the husband. The husband.
Mario, I think
Mario always thinking about how something benefits him.
I don't think it's about how it benefits men. I think it's about how it benefits. But I feel like marriage is about how it benefits one another, because when you're married, you don't think as an individual, you think as a union.
Like a union.
Okay?
Thank
You
you.
make a unanimous decision. It's not about, oh, Alberto's making a decision or Lisa's making a decision. No, we make a decision collectively
Together.
as a unit, and we move forward as a unit. Like, I knew when he asked me to be his wife, I knew that this was the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, through thick and thin, to death do us part. You get what I'm saying? He knows that tomorrow, if something happens, I got his back. He knows that I will never leave his side. He knows that if anything, if this world ends, I'm going to fight until my last breath for my family. And he knows that. So I feel like once you establish that conversation with that person and you lay out everything on top of the table without hiding things, you know that person heart. You know that whether they're going to ride with you or they're not going to ride with you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know when my man moved out here, he was my boyfriend every time, I know he had to start all over again. You get what I'm saying? So what I did, I held it down. I held it down while he was going to go ahead and get himself together. It didn't take him a year to get himself together. It didn't take him 2 years to get himself together, because he knew the type of woman that he was dealing with. You get what I'm saying? But while he was trying to get himself together so that we could be able to build us, he saw that, and he always said to me, "Babe, once I start working and making money, don't worry about nothing. I'm always gonna take care of you." You know what I'm saying? Huh?
No, I'm looking at Shelly's question.
So anyway, so it's like he said, "I'm always gonna take care of you." So when this comes to me, I don't have to question. You know what I mean? Because I got somebody that could say, "Yo, right here's a $10,000 check. Do what you got to do." That doesn't mean I take it and go spend it on stupid shit. That means I take care of the responsibilities of my home first. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's paying bills, save money, taking care of what we got to take care of, and then we go out there and take care. And a lot of females and a lot of people don't think like that these days. To them is you give them money and they go spend it. Like, since I've been living with my husband for 5 years, I've never got an eviction notice. My phone never been cut off. Everything has been taken care of because he trusts me to make sure that I deliver those things. You know what I'm saying? And I take that stress away from him because I know how stressful it could be to keep up with bills and all this other stuff. So his job is just to wake up and go to work and provide, and protect for his family. And I feel like we have taken that conversation. Like when you ask give me a second. When you ask certain men what's the role of a man, some men don't even understand or know what the role of a man is. Because we have taken it away. Hold on, we have taken it away to the sense that, oh, she needs to be strong and independent. You get what I'm saying? So, sometimes that strong and independent shit could fuck with you. I'm a strong individual, and I get that. But I also need somebody to fall back on, and that's my spouse. I don't care about all the shit that I was able to build on my own, but I want to do it with my companion, which is my spouse.
What was y'all gonna say?
No, we were saying
earful.
Because I said something about men are loved under the conditions that they provide.
Okay.
He always says that.
She mentioned him being able to provide for the home and her taking care of some stuff you don't got to think about. So when it comes to
Mario,
but she didn't say that.
Sometimes when I hear Mario talk, it sounds like you always competing with women. If you know where you stand and what's your position, you don't have to be competing with no women asking what you benefit from her or whatever you're saying right now. Like, if you strong in your conviction of who you are, you don't have to.
Nobody walks this life without benefits, Lisa. I'm letting you know that now. And nobody's going to put
well,
themselves
can I
long term, they don't see a benefit from it. That's how life works. Life is about benefits. You're not going to work a job for 30 years, and at the end of 30 years, you retire, and they say, thank you for 30 years, go home. No, you got your 401k, you got your pension. You didn't do it for nothing. Nothing in this world is done for nothing.
But when you started in that job,
I've never seen a person that came in with nothing to give you, and he was loved unconditionally. Never. I'm 34. I've never seen it.
Wait. I think Mario, when your statement, you're comparing apples and oranges. Michelle, pause that little thick shit. You shouting.
Oh, D, crackhead face, crazy.
Shut up.
Mario, I think you compare apples and oranges. Because marriage is based on the old way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And which is the man is the man and the woman is the woman. As a man, it is your when you take on that responsibility of being with a woman and making her your woman, she is your responsibility. You have to provide for her.
Correct.
That's what and even though we've gotten to a point where women now, I'm a bad bitch, I don't need this, I'm a boss bitch, I'm independent. By nature, women look to men for security and protection.
Absolutely.
Right?
So under that same very nature.
Marriage is based on those principles, boss.
Yep.
Now let's talk about the principle of
and wait, one more thing. What Lisa's stating is she's talking based on those principles. You heard? That's all.
Now based on them same principles, right? You're put in a situation where there's an accident at work. You're not able to provide like you once used to. Now, do you then still feel like the man in a relationship? At this point, you're handicapped. You can't do shit. No legs.
Well, that is where your spouse kicks in and takes up the extra slack.
Exactly.
That's what marriage is about.
You're still in a relationship at that point because at that point you're not providing.
But listen, you're not
seeing the point, boss. You're not seeing the point.
At that point, Mario. But at that point, you're talking about.
Of course, I'm not going to see the point.
No,
Mario, you still consider yourself the man if you're handicapped and no longer able to provide.
Absolutely, because those years
on principles that he provides. Now you're not.
Those years that you were active and physically able to do so, you are the man. And those years, and then when you get to a point where you're not able to be physically active, you still are a man because you did what you were supposed to do.
Exactly.
In order for your woman to now step in and pick up the slack and take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you was a type of nigga that every paycheck, instead of taking care of your bills, like a lot of hundred niggas do, older hundred, instead of taking care of your bills, you go out Friday, you come home in the morning drunk, you spend $400, then you go out Saturday, spend another $700, go out Sunday, and then you come home and you know how many Garifuna women and black women, women of color, they live with a man under the same roof. They sleep with this guy in the same bed. But they have to work and figure out how to pay the bills. Because the man every weekend is having a ball.
Right.
So I've been there.
Those are the type of men that when something happens to them, they're gonna be fucked. Because now that woman does not have that respect for him as a man.
Absolutely.
To have to take care of him. Right. It's a difference. It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
All right, let Arlo speak. We want to hear what Arlo has to say.
We do not respond for those fucking niggas. All I'm saying, if I'm gonna pay for everything, do me a favor. Don't bring me no paperwork. You take care of everything. Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna provide you with the bread, any paperwork, babe, take care of that. That's all I ask for. And a good man. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't do laundry, drop the shit off. I don't mind picking it up. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, we good. But if you ain't doing none of that, we got a problem.
I mean, I agree, and I really agree with what Lemisol's saying. Mario, you're talking about an unforeseen circumstance. Nobody goes into a marriage saying, "Oh, my husband or my spouse or my significant other will break their arm tomorrow." However, if that does happen, like I said, you have to know who you're picking to be able to marry. Because if, God forbid, that was to happen in my circumstance with my significant other, he already know. I don't have to question his manhood because he has taken care of his due diligence of this family. So the fact that I have to step up or go into our savings so we can be able to survive while I'm trying to look for a job and get myself together, I don't have no problem doing that because he know who he married from the first day that he met me. You know, he knew that if something was to happen, I'm going to be out here riding and dying to make sure that my family go ahead and succeed and move forward. I'm going to clean his ass. I'm going to feed him. I'm going to look for him a home attendant if I have to look for a home attendant or hire somebody to come and take care of the house. I mean, we have so many options these days. You get what I'm saying? But I would never take my husband and throw him in a nursing home just because I want to be partying and doing other shit. And like Lenny said, you have niggas these days who sit here, have a wife at home, talk about 50-50. They got money for strippers and to go pay for stupid shit on the street Monday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But they sitting up here trying to slave their women without providing, and they want respect. You get what I'm saying? It don't work like that.
Can I make another statement?
Mm-hmm.
Also, like let's say for example, you shacking up, you boyfriend and girlfriend, you know you wife something up, y'all live together, y'all dating for 5 years, you don't got no kids with her. God forbid if something happened to you. You know if you pass away in the hospital, that technically that woman can't even go upstairs to visit you.
Mm-hmm.
No. Technically, she can't even go up there and visit you.
She can't. Yeah.
If you pass away, she can't even come up there. If you pass away, she cannot make any decisions on what's going to happen with you.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think that would make a woman feel after spending 5-10 years with you, and to be put in a position where she can't even decide, she can't have a say so and input as to what she would like to, what happens to you?
DMX.
You understand?
Look at DMX.
And shit like that.
There you go.
My beneficiary and all of that life insurance shit is already set, and it's put into several names. So people are going to make a decision based on me as a group. Me, don't cry at my funeral. Play Punta, drink a shot of Gifuti, and go home.
That's not the point that he's trying to make, but
no, I get it. But the thing
he's
is,
a lost cause, y'all.
Where stuff like that happens, somebody will be allowed to come upstairs because the hospital that I go to already has my paperwork and stuff like that. Niggas don't think like that, but I do. The hospital that I go to, that I plan on dying, or if anything happens to me that they're going to transfer me to, already has paperwork on who can and cannot come and see me. That's me thinking ahead. Now, marriage doesn't necessarily mean you make all the decisions. There's paperwork that you still have to put in for those
decisions. Not necessarily, because for you saying that even if you're not married to the person at the hospital, if there's no power of attorney established there, that person can't make no decisions for you as a girlfriend. If something was to happen to my spouse, no one has anything to say because I'm his wife. I'm the one to make the decision about where he will be seen, where he's going to be shipped. I'm the one to make the decision on life insurance policy because I am the beneficiary with his children. So because I have that marriage license, that puts me in a different bracket than somebody who is a girlfriend. You saw that what happened with DMX. You saw what happened with his girlfriend. She was his girlfriend for 7 years. And when she hit the fan, she walked away with nothing. She was stuck with nothing. She was fucked.
And
So
they have
it don't matter if you already put the documentation in place, but if you don't have a legal document that binds, which is a power of attorney, ain't nobody gonna go in there and say nothing other than Edna. That's it.
In DMX's case, think about it like this. So when she was dating, when DMX was alive and they were together, probably based on his income, she probably didn't work because he took care of her. So if she didn't work, okay, he's a superstar. He wasn't a millionaire anymore, but he was getting some type of money. So maybe they lived in an apartment where the rent was $8,000 a month. He probably drove a S550. The note $1,500 a month. The insurance another $1,000, and so on and so on. So now this woman is left out here alone, out here in the cold. How is she gonna take? Now she's not gonna be able to benefit from anything that has to do with his earnings. What is she gonna do? What is she gonna? So that's where we trying to, the importance when you make the decision. This is the one. You got to make sure you give them that position that they know they're the one.
And like the brother said, Arnold said,
somebody wants to know, since when does love cost? Since when love costs?
Since always.
Love doesn't feed you.
Since men was loved under the conditions that they provide.
Love doesn't.
I don't think that that's true. Like, men are not loved under the conditions that they can provide. A lot of people get into relationship with men that cannot do shit for them at the moment.
What happened with your ex?
What happened to me and my ex?
Yeah,
all right, so let's talk.
Said he was a serial cheater.
No.
Right?
Oh, you're talking about the first ex.
Yeah. He was a serial cheater.
Well, we met when I was 17, so I wouldn't even count that one.
But he no longer provided you with what?
With attention.
And what you did with him?
Actually, I'm not gonna mention that, but
just what you did with him. What happened?
He's a call away. That's what he is. If I call now, he comes. That's how that works.
But you got rid of him, right?
I got rid of him because I don't want someone that's just a call away. But let's talk about somebody that I lived with, that I was in a relationship with, I had a child with, and I lived with. Okay. So when it comes up to that person, I left him too. But it has nothing to do with money. Sometimes, like Lisa was saying, if you're not providing that emotional love, that care, and just being there for us, it just creates this void, and we don't want to be with you. But it had nothing to do with money. When we met, I was making more money than him. I helped him start his contracting business. He knew how to do the work, but he didn't know how to start it. So I helped him create his business. All right, but I was value to him, because a lot of women come into a lot of men's life and can't even bring any type of value.
Right.
Okay, so I helped him start.
That's the most. Sorry, that's the most scariest part about this whole fucking thing, about just growing up from 21, 22, 25, 27, when you already realize that you're reaching adulthood, to 30. Learn to realize certain people do not have fucking value to you.
Yep.
And it's scary because we consider certain people your backbone. We consider people, that's my third arm, or that's the person from my left. We need to stop worshiping people like that. You need to look at people like accessories. Because if you lose a watch, if you lose a chain, if you lose a ring, well, at the end of the day, I'm going to get another one. What happens when you consider that person that part of a limb? You're disabled.
Can I ask a question when you're done?
Yeah, okay.
All right. So, what do you guys think about if you lived with a woman for 9 years?
Right.
Do you think, and you guys split? Do you think that woman should be compensated for the time that you guys shared for that those 9 joints? I think so.
A nigga like me. This is my opinion.
I think
not everybody's opinion. Depending on where you got me in life, even if we lived for 9 years and we broke up, I'm gonna send you something regardless or not.
I can't answer that question because I can't be with no nigga for 9 years. That's a girlfriend.
Right? And not get shit, right, sis? Like, what the fuck? What was
I'm
he
sorry.
doing? Like, what the fuck was we
no,
doing?
ma'am, no, damn,
no, fuck out of here.
Even if the nigga ain't married,
I want to answer this question when you finish.
Even if the nigga didn't marry you, you're not married, but y'all been together for 9 years. He's holding everything down.
I want to answer this question when you finish.
But nobody wants to be or would be with a man for a decade, and you never solidified anything.
But
like that's a waste of time.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. I've seen
it. We're not saying that those women don't. We're not saying
there's
that those
people
women
that
don't
do
exist.
it, but we don't want to do it. We're not going to do it.
No,
we're not saying that those women don't exist. There are women who are with somebody 9, 20, 30 years, and they're not solidifying stuff.
You're doing it under the condition of an age. Because if you was 19 and you've been with a nigga for 9 years, you don't feel no type of way.
Yes, I did. Hold up. Hold up. I'm going to take this one, sis. Sis, I'm going to take this one because I've been there. So let me take that one. I dated my ex at 17. I met him. I just turned 17. I was with him for 10 years. And we did not get married. He came and spoke to my parents about being with me. I lived with him for 6 months. I decided to move back to New York because it just wasn't working out for me. And I did feel a way when I decided to leave him. I left him. I was probably like 27 going on 28 years old because we was almost together for 11 years. I left him And I did feel some type of way. So you can't say, oh, you're not going to feel no type of way. I did feel some type of way because I thought in that moment, because we were together for 10 years, that I was always going to be with him. That was like my forever. I curved so many men because that was like the love of my life at that moment.
He cheated on you?
I wanna answer a question.
Look, we cheated on each other.
So at the end
I
of
want
the
to
day,
answer a question when you finish.
you still played.
No, he cheated on me first and I cheated back because I cheated back.
So, but you did a retaliation. You didn't cheat on each other. You did it out of retaliation of what he did and how he hurt you. Like I said, me personally,
but then, like I
no
said, we met. I was 17. He was 19. We met very
young. But again, you were still young and immature. Like what you know at 17. You don't know nothing at 17. You were still young and immature, and you felt like that was love. So you being there for 10 years, in your mind, you thought that was love. And to answer the question, when somebody said love have to be financial, shit. You ain't about to be with no bum and be in love with him because I know I'm not. But ain't no way you going to pay me to be with you for 10 years and we're not making it happen. If you're providing, taking care of everything, that's cool. But you need to solidify what you want to do with this. Whether you want to leave me on standby or I need to make moves so that I can be able to.
Exactly. Because I'm not staying on standby for nobody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
Everyone wants their position. It's like a lot of people want bonds, but they don't want to give you that position. Every woman wants her position. You're not going to come and date me and say that we have a bond. And then after that, it's like you decided to deal with somebody else. Then it's when I bring up something to you, well, you know, I didn't say that you were my girl. Nobody wants to hear that. If I'm giving you my all, I'm giving you attention, I'm attentive to you, I'm giving you love, I'm loving on you, I want that shit back.
It's a fact. That's a total fact.
I want to answer this question.
Okay.
It says, what if the roles was different? You living with your woman, you guys are not married, she passed away, her family can come into your home and clean you out. How would you feel? And that is a total fact because I remember a situation like that.
Problem.
This Garifuna lady, she was living with her new man for 20 years plus, had children and all, and when she passed, that's when they remembered that she was still married to her ex-husband, to the guy she was in the previous relationship with, and her man could not even go in the hospital. This was somewhere I think in Atlanta or some shit like that.
So she was married?
Her husband had to come from New York and give permission for her man to make decisions.
What?
So you have to sign over power.
Yes, her husband had to come from New York and sign off for the person she lived with for 20 years to make decisions. Her kids that she had with her current relationship couldn't do shit about it. So that's why you know it's important. That, you know, some people it's not, but it is important, bro. It is important. So for certain things, it's important. Vice versa, because we don't know. Sometimes, you know, like you said, men most of the time pass away before the woman, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't.
But and then that's why, like I said, you have a living trust in your life insurance policy. Your living trust, you can specify these things that you want it to take place. In the case you do pass away, and the person who you leave in that living trust with is the one that's going to delegate everything according to how you left there. And like I said, for me personally, my family knows when it comes to my assets.
Hennessy hitting y'all.
Huh?
The Hennessy hitting y'all.
Cállate, hombre.
I'm just saying, my family knows when it comes to my assets, my properties, my bank accounts, everything like that, my life insurance policy, that is solely left to my children and my spouse. And my family has money that I left them also on the side. I mean, unfortunately, I'm glad that I have a family who they wouldn't even care about life insurance policy. They wouldn't even care about property. And I know this. You know what I'm saying? That they're not going to come and tell my spouse, oh, that was my sister's, that's my daughter's, give it back. That's not going to happen. You know, so I left these things to my spouse and my child. My child gets the most of it, and my spouse gets another part of it. or whatever, and that's just for them to be able to go ahead and survive. The other money that's left is for my family. So whatever decision that's going to be made is going to be made by my husband. But I know this person that I married, he is going to make a decision, but he's going to want my family input in it anyways. Even if I say, no, whatever you say goes, he's going to say, hey, this is my decision what I want to do, but hey, what do you guys think? I know that's what he's going to do anyway. So, I mean, I just wrote everything out so that way everybody can be able to have an understanding and nobody's fighting over nothing. Because, like, let me sort of say, we have seen these things play out from GoFundMe to
Yeah.
to
That's
people
all.
not.
That's another topic I want to touch on. I want to touch on that topic. I don't want, because there's a lot of people have passed away in our community around these last days. I don't want nobody to think I'm. Yeah, a lot of people have passed away up here. I don't want nobody to think I'm talking about them or their situation, but you know, let's normalize getting life insurance, people.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Please get life insurance. Whoever's watching out there, whoever's gonna watch this, please get life, and as soon as possible, as young as you can. Do not wait till you're 30, 35.
Because it
And for
costs
all
more.
those who don't know who don't know how life insurance works, the younger you get it, the cheaper it
The
is
cheaper it
monthly.
is.
If you
Amen.
18, 20, 16, 17, get you the
Get it
biggest
now.
policy you can find. If you 20, 21, get you a 400,000 off the rip,
I
because
thought I was
it'll be
going
the
down early.
cheapest.
I got that shit early.
Go
It'll
for that.
be,
Go. I told
it'll
you
be
go for
cheap.
that $500,000 to $1 million
Have a
policy.
year.
The younger you are,
Oh,
because white people do it all the time. White people are not taking $20,000 life insurance policy. They get $500,000 to $1 million. You understand? That's how white people end up rich, and they end up with generational wealth because they're going for $500,000 to $1 million policies. Well, we're only going, oh no, $20,000 is good enough. What is $20,000 going to do for you? Nothing. It's going to leave you nothing.
Your
Death
children,
means
take
death.
policies on your children. Take out policies
It's only
that you will be
$11
able,
for your kids.
you will be able to transfer that policy. You'll be able to transfer that policy onto that child when the child turns into an adult, and the child will be able to keep paying it at that rate that you purchased it for. Get like all that collect that shit. We gotta stop normalizing that. You are,
Yeah.
you know, because at the time of a passing, niggas is stressed out. People sad. Niggas ain't got time for that. You know, take care of that now. Get you a life insurance. Find out about it. Google it. Hit one of us about it that know about it. Get you life insurance. It's important, please.
And get it for your children. Like me, as soon as my son was born, May 8th, 2020, I was calling life insurance policy the next 2 days. Like, I need my child to get insured. It was only $11.
It
was only $11, and the highest you can get is $15,000 on that child to be secured for that policy. But at least my child has that since the moment that he was born, and I'm not waiting for anything. Because again, accidents happen, things happen. It's time for us to get prepared for these type of things. And like I said, you never know what tomorrow's going to happen. Tomorrow may come, and you might not even wake up. But at least you know that your family is not going to exhaust their bank account when you already left that policy already for them there. So that way they could be able to do their due diligence and give you the punta that you want, Mario, the maracas that we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when people's like, oh, when they die, they want to be shipped to Honduras. Listen, my family's here. Don't bury me in Honduras. Bury me here so my son and my husband and my family could be able to have access to me. I don't want them paying the plane ticket to go see me in Honduras. For what? I was born there. I get it, but I don't want to be there.
Especially if you in that, if you a part of that type of family that's always beefing, yo, leave at least something written down with your signature and the date. Yo, do this with me, word. So niggas won't be at each other's throats arguing about he wanted this or he wanted that. Nah, fuck that. There's something written. Do this. Do this. Don't do nothing else. Do this. Let's make those arrangements. You heard? Let's make those arrangements.
That's like my situation now. Well, not now, but it just happened. My older brother just passed away. All right.
My condolences.
My older brother passed away. You got 5 kids. All right. You went to a job that had no benefits. You ain't leave nothing behind. You died in a whole different state. So you dying from a whole different state. I couldn't just drop that on his wife because he's giving his paperwork. He's giving papers to his wife. My father had to pay for everything, almost. Luckily, me, I was smart enough to save enough bread. I'm thinking, I'm up. But I had to come out of bread to make sure my brother's body came here. And my father paid for my brother's body from here to Honduras. That shit ain't cheap.
That's a big burden.
Right.
That's a big burden.
Cheap, bro. That shit costs.
That's a big burden. That's a big burden.
Mind you, my brother had a GoFundMe. Nobody know about where the fuck that GoFundMe money went. Because she ain't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, her flying to go get her husband's belongings, she got kids. I had to come out of pocket.
Yeah.
I ain't want my father to deal with that burden. And this is my older brother. But mind you, we talked about it from years ago. Like, yo, bro, get your paperwork together. Get this together. Get a life insurance. When I went for my life insurance, I told my brother, yo, bro, sign it, do this thing. And when you get everything set up, it's going. He was like, yeah, bro, I'm going to do it. 3 months before my brother died, I spoke to the nigga, and I'm like, yo, bro, how the family, how's everything? Yeah, everything is good. I'm like, yo, what you paying for? I'm like, yo, bro, did you do the insurance? He said, yeah, bro, I was speaking to the lady. Every time I hear him speaking to the lady, I knew it was bullshit. I wasn't expecting for this to happen.
Never do.
You leave a burden on your family when you die, bro, because at the end of the day, their goal is to bury you peacefully. And
that's the last thing. That's the last thing you want to be dealing with. That's the last thing you want to be dealing with at that time. Worrying about what how you gonna get this person a decent send off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel you in that situation and what what you have to endure with that. But you're a strong young man and you was able to get it done. But and this is exactly why I brought that up. You know what I'm saying? So others won't have to go through something like that. And know like a lot of people don't know. Some people don't know about life insurance. Some people don't know none of. They don't know how it works. I had to explain a month ago to a person who's 23, graduated college, doesn't know how life insurance works. Like they know if the person died, they'll get the money, but they don't know that your rate depends on how old you are.
Yeah.
So the older you are, the more.
And your health conditions.
I got life insurance. I thought I was going to die early.
Some life insurances don't require a physical. Some do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't know these details.
Depending on the amount that it's for.
Absolutely. They don't know that the life insurance is not just about if you die. The life insurance also pays for your funeral expenses.
Your funeral. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you go to Ortiz, what they're gonna ask you is, okay, what's the policy number? Boop, 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 boop. They look it up. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is and they'll look out. Okay, this is the type of casket you can get. This you can send them to Honduras on first class, bro. You could do this. You could do that. People don't know that. And that's why it's important. It's important.
And even if you ain't got no papers, you could definitely get life insurance through Prime America.
It took me 3 weeks.
Prime America.
It took me 3 weeks to get my brother's body because they was waiting for bread.
Mm. They don't release without money.
And a lot of women don't. A lot of women don't know that when a parent dies, that the children that are left behind underage receive Social Security.
Everybody knows that.
No, a lot of people don't know that.
This conversation was amazing. This was great. Y'all hit like a lot of great points tonight.
I think I'm about to be stopped by the cops.
Oh my God.
They got it.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna end it right now. We at 1 hour and 28 minutes. What are some last words we're gonna leave everybody with tonight?
Stay strong, stay sexy.
Ow. Ow.
Stay strong. That's good. That's positive. We left
Because
that on,
right,
on a positive note.
if a nigga can't deal with the fact that you that strong, he ain't the right nigga for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Al,
Okay.
Mario.
Only two things you could be in this world. You can be an asset or a liability. Choose one.
Mm. Mm.
Myself, always, yo, you always romantic with it. You are. I like that.
That's good. That's good stuff. Good, Michelle.
Be yourself. Don't be out here portraying what you think people want to see.
Oh.
Ow,
Okay.
ow, ow.
Te tapo nena alcohólica, mami.
Oh my God, I'm so drunk. I'll talk to you later though.
Oh my God.
Okay, okay.
Lisa.
I just want to say I enjoy my time with each and every one of you.
We
It's
love
always
you,
great.
Lisa. I love you, sis.
I love you guys too. It's always great to be able to have disagreements or agreements and still be able to walk away, still being friends, still being family, and still being there
Yeah.
for one another. You get what I'm saying? I learned so much from you guys tonight, believe it or not. And say no to 50-50 Dusties.
Yes, bitch. I've been saying no to them all this time. They all in my DMs.
Lisa, they still 4 inches?
Huh?
They still 4 inches?
They still
Hey,
Peppo?
hey.
What's still 4 inches? I'm confused.
my
Get
heels, my
Hansel.
heels, my heels.
Still.
Oh,
Hey, no me
I
da
thought
música,
I was
va.
thinking about something else. I think it's the Hennessy, y'all.
Yo, Michelle,
Frank.
chill.
She be going in.
Wow.
What's your last words, Frank?
Hmm.
My last
Yeah.
words is this. You know, I listen. Whatever comes out my mouth is not coming from a place of perfection.
Mhm.
It's coming from a place of seeking understanding for myself and
Mhm.
everything around me. For myself and
Amen.
everything around me. Um um and I just recommend to any and all to like I always say, you know, seek knowledge yourself, try to understand yourself,
Mm-hmm.
learn yourself, fill yourself out, feel yourself, all of that. You know what I mean? And so you can know who you are and what you want in life. And
Sure.
that's it. Peace.
We definitely went off topic today. Everything that we were supposed to speak about, we did not touch.
I thought we didn't have a topic.
Feels like to the
Look,
left.
we
um,
wasn't doing. Look, we was just freestyling
listen,
today, and I think
yeah,
it turned out really good.
we definitely freestyled today. Thank you, Frank, for throwing us off. I was supposed to be hosting
Hey,
tonight's
yo,
show. Look, I was supposed to be hosting tonight's show. You threw everything off. Thank you very much, but it was still a great turnout. I love the fact that
you
we are
welcome.
all Garifuna on this podcast. We are all Garifuna Hondurans. And I appreciate all of you guys for coming in, kings and queens. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing your expertise and your stories. We love you. Carla, thank you for having me host Nege this show.
No, I mean, listen, we got a lot of people here that have a
um,
voice, and I think you guys all did a great job.
the
Like,
Thank
I
you.
entertainment, you
have a lot
guys.
of good things to say. I learned a lot tonight.
¿Cómo te llama, boy? Oh, let me sol. You know, Fox 5, right? Thank
Yes.
you for
Fine.
coming.
Almighty, Almighty.
Thank you for coming in, and thank you to the Left podcast. Definitely, you guys tune in, subscribe, like, and also comment on Thursdays to to the left. To the left, the podcast on Thursdays around 9 o'clock, I believe.
8:30.
Yeah,
8:30.
8:30, whatever. Go on the page, subscribe, and you will see what time they come on. They're definitely dope. I love them. And definitely subscribe, like, and comment to our stuff as well at Affinity Black Network. Thank you, Prima Carla, for having me. I love y'all.
All right. Well, the
Well,
last thing I'm gonna say is if the car ain't moving, the dog ain't barking. So if people have things to say about y'all, just know that you guys are great and people don't talk if you're not doing anything with your life. And responsibility. I think you Frank talked about responsibility. I think we have a responsibility to, love on one another, to take care of one another, And responsibility means to respond to your peers, your partners, your loved ones with the best ability.
Amen.
So definitely, think about those things, and we'll see you guys next time.
God
We'll
bless
see you next week. Peace out,
Bye-bye.
y'all.
you. Let Jesus be with you guys. God bless.
Ida.
God bless you.
Yo, that was good.
That was dope, right? You still got
Yeah.
it on live?
Still live.
No, we're not.